whether I'm live right now or not, because it shows me that I'm live, but has it started? Let me Give me a minute. I'll check, okay, whether I'm live or not. Yeah, looks like I'm live. So this is a new tool that I'm using today, which is called Lula, and it allows you to do live streaming on three channels simultaneously. So right now I'm live streaming myself on YouTube, I'm live streaming myself on Facebook, and on Instagram. Unbelievable, right? So awesome. And why I wanted to come live today is just do something impromptu, and it's kind of scary to come live like this, but that's me. That's me overcoming. I've always been somebody who has put myself out there, stuck my neck out, and overcome all the fears that we may have. In fact, I want to tell you this story from my childhood. So I was born into a family, and I was born like a blonde, white, into a family of an Indian. Um, and I was the youngest. So although I was this white and blonde person, I was clearly the black sheep of the family because I had weak eyes and I was different. So you see, my brothers, sisters, all of them, they were like ace stars at school. Each one of them would bring these champion trophies at home, and cups, sub junior championship, senior championship, and each one of my brothers, sisters went up to become head boys and head school, head girls of the school, secretary, head boy, this, that, the kind of important positions. They were like really the stars of the school. Me, I was nothing. I was just somebody very different. I wouldn't be given a chance to participate in a lot of school plays. I never really got on stage. The only memory that I have of going on stage is one action song. As a small child, that's the only time that I was, uh, you know, regarded or considered for a stage act. So I participated in an action song when I was a small kid. Otherwise, I was never part of any play, song, dance, group dance, solo dance, nothing in school. I think that's because I looked different. I was white, but I was the black sheep. Very interesting. So what I did was, because I could not bring any laurels home or any of the trophies or cups or prizes to show, I started turning to something else. So I got inward. I started reading a lot. My world became my novels, storybooks, comics, and all of those things. And by virtue of that, I think I picked up good English speaking skills. And the school where I studied English was a struggle because it was a small town, and everybody used to speak in Hindi. And somehow, by virtue of reading so much, I picked up English better than the rest of them. So that was my differentiating point. So every time they needed to meet the school principal, the children would send me for it because I could speak better English than the rest of them. And there was this, uh, you know, at least I found something that I was good at. And then I would, read news in the assembly and stuff like that. Now, I left my school in the hometown of small small little town in UP. It's called Bijnor, and then I moved to Delhi. And when I moved to Delhi, I joined the Mega Institute. It's like a mini Mad World in itself. And I joined Delhi Public School Arkepuram, which is one of the most prestigious schools in Delhi. And I got admitted into the hostel. Now, here's the story. I wanted to develop my speaking skills, and I participated in a school-wide, I would say, inter-school debate competition. And there were more than like 50, 60 schools participating in this debate in school. And I had memorized, by virtue of my low vision, I had developed a very good memory. Um, so if I almost like photographic memory, I had developed, because if I could read something and I would just register it in my brain and I could just speak it verbatim. In any case, I had made sure to remember my speech, whatever it is that I was going to speak on stage in that inter-school debate competition, word by word. I had memorized it, I had prepared for it multiple times. And then when I went on stage that day, it was a huge auditorium full of students from all the different schools from Delhi. And I forgot. I could not utter a single word, right? I just forgot my entire speech that I had prepared. That is the first time ever that I faced stage fright for real. I thought, okay, I can't remember for the life of me anything at all that I had prepared from my speech. Why don't I look at my paper? Because I did carry the written version of my speech. In those days, we used to handwrite our speeches, right? So I took that paper and I opened it, to read. My eyes couldn't read. They just refused to read the damn thing, and my legs were shaking on the stage. I could not utter a single word, even though I had the damned speech in front of me on my papers. I could not read it. And that is the first time ever in my life that I've experienced stage fright for real, like real. And that's it. After that, never again. Never again. So every time you face a failure, I believe that failures happen in life for a reason. They come into your life to teach you something. They are the essential life lessons which form the foundation of your success. So without failure, there is no success possible. And so today, I want you to celebrate any failure that you're going through or experiencing, because failures are not to be looked down upon. Failures are to be celebrated, because failures are your opportunities to learn and move on. And that's it. That's what my message for today is. Start your Monday with this thought that let's all start celebrating our failures. Let's just change this whole narrative about looking down upon failure and being embarrassed about failing. Instead, let's celebrate when we fail and let's actually feel good about it. My daughters, when they come to me now, they're teenagers, and I think back about this incident of my life, and I tell them that it's good that you failed, because otherwise how else will you learn? This is how you learn. I see somebody has joined here. Rajendra. Hi, Rajendra. Yeah, so that's my message for today. And if you want to know what is the tool that I'm using to come live today, it is called Lula.tv. It allows you to go live simultaneously on three channels. So I'm like 3xing my reach today on three channels. So I'm going live on my Facebook page, on my YouTube, and also on my Instagram. And it's a very easy to use tool. And what I can see is on the right side of my screen, I can see all the comments popping up. And whoever is the most engaged participant in this live, it shows me in the most engaged. So right now, it's telling me that Rajendra is the most engaged user of this or participant in this live. So thank you, Rajendra. Thank you so much for joining this live. It was a complete impromptu to tell you to not be afraid of trying new things, to not be afraid of putting yourself out there. If I can do it, you can do it too, right? And the only fear that you need to overcome is the fear of embarrassment, fear of looking like a fool, fear of what people will think, all of these. But once you have overcome these fears, it becomes so easy. It becomes really easy. So that's why I narrated that first incident that I had faced. And I believe in just doing things impromptu. This is me, unadulterated, unedited, just the way I am, right there in front of you. Like it or don't like it, that's up to you, right? But I'm not putting on any act here. I'm coming live just to tell you that don't be afraid for showing up, don't be afraid of putting yourself out there. And finally, celebrate your failures. So start your Monday with that note. Alrighty, so I think I shall take your leave now. Thank you and have a great work week ahead. Start on a positive note. Do whatever it is that you want to do. Put yourself out there. And I'm going to end this live now. So see you all. Bye bye. So, how do I end this live? I go here and